Slow the turning gears of your mind and let your breath arrive as if it has all the time in the world. In this gentled space, hear a promise that does not hurry. There is beauty in your waiting. Not the fragile beauty of a vase you must not touch, but the living beauty of a field after rain. Dark, rich, ready for seed. Waiting is not the absence of God's work. It is the soil where His work takes root. You do not need to pretend the delay is comfortable. You only need to consent to being loved in a pace that guards your becoming. You have been taught to measure worth by momentum. If it moves fast, it must be important. But love is not measured in miles per hour. Love counts in heartbeats, in breaths, in the soft arithmetic of faithfulness that stays. When you wait with me, your life is not paused. Your roots are growing. They move where eyes cannot see. Downward into trust, outward into patience, inward into peace. This is holy work, and holy work is seldom loud. Look at the seed in winter. It does not die when the ground hardens. It gathers itself. It learns the shape of silence. It learns to keep a covenant with the dark, believing the sun will sign it later. You are not buried, child. You are planted. I refuse to rush what must be deep to last. Waiting is the way wood becomes sturdy, wine becomes strong, and souls become steady enough to carry joy without spilling it at the first breeze. Your questions arrive with sincerity. Why so long? Why this path? Why the closed doors that look like rejection? Let me answer with a kinder lens. Time is not punishment. Time is partnership. I am not making you late. I am making you ready. Readiness is not the privilege of the lucky. It is the gift I build in the patient. If I gave you everything you ask for on the day you ask, your hands would be full but your heart would be thin. I am thickening your hope so it can weather celebration without cracking. Some days you wake to an ache that feels like a hollow room. You name it waiting and assume it is empty. But listen closely. There is furniture in this room. A chair called trust. A table called gratitude. A window called hope. Sit. Eat. Look out. Learn how light enters even on gray mornings. How bread tastes better when it is not eaten in a hurry. Waiting teaches palate and posture. The palate to savor mercy, and the posture to receive it without apology. You are not a project to be expedited. You are a person to be accompanied. I will not trade your wholeness for speed. I am not a manager of outcomes standing over a checklist. I am a father walking a path I know well. I have timed the turns with goodness. I have chosen the overlooks where you will see what you could not see from the valley floor. I have marked the shelters where you can rest when the weather insists on being itself. Listen to how waiting changes your hearing. When noise fades, nuance arrives. You begin to discern the voice that blesses from the voice that bargains, the voice that steadies from the voice that shames. Shame is impatient. Love is patient, even with your impatience. In this patient love, your worth is not on trial. You were loved before you asked the first question, and you will be loved when the last question rests. Let me speak to the closed doors. They are not always refusals. Many are refuges. A door can say not yet, and mean I am protecting something tender. It can mean I am arranging a convergence you cannot see from here. I am very good at timing, and timing is the language of wisdom. Do not despise the hallway. The hallway is where your eyes adjust, where your pace is reset, where your hands unclench the old to receive the new, when your friends seem to sprint ahead while you keep a faithful walk. Bless them without borrowing their timeline. Their race is not your map. I am writing chapters in you that require different ink, different margins, different pauses. Comparison cannot read this book. It skims, it misquotes, it rushes to conclusions. Let me be your reader and your editor. I am not looking for spectacle. I am looking for truth, and truth loves time. I see the discipline you practice when no one is watching. The simple meals, the small savings, the gentle conversations, the honest work. None of this is wasted. Waiting is the gym where your character trains without applause. It is where your yes becomes trustworthy, and your no becomes kind. It is where your attention is weaned from addictive urgency and taught to love what lasts. And yet, I know the fatigue that gathers behind your eyes. Hope can feel heavy when carried day after day. Set it down here for a moment. I will hold it while you breathe. Tell me the truth you are tempted to hide, that you are afraid of missing your moment, that you are haunted by the thought that you have misheard, that you are embarrassed by how long you have believed. I do not roll my eyes at this confession. I draw nearer. Faith that admits its ache is faith I can strengthen. Right here, in the humble middle of this message, I ask a gentle favor. If these words steady your waiting or light your path at all, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your thoughtful act helps this quiet reach another soul learning to wait with courage. Come and trace the thread of your story with me. See the scenes where you thought you were alone and notice the footprints that were not yours. Notice the doors that did not open, and give thanks for what those doors would have let in. Notice the interruptions that became introductions, the delays that became directions, the pauses that became prayers you would never have spoken if life had stayed loud. Waiting has been your teacher, and it has taught you to recognize me in softer tones. You imagine that fulfillment will erase the need for presence. It won't. Presence is the fulfillment. The gift at the end of the road will be good, because you will open it with me. Do not postpone your joy to another address. Practice it here, in the daily bread, in the afternoon light, in the conversation that lingers, in the small work done with large sincerity. Joy is not a finish line, it is a footprint. Make some today. Perhaps you are waiting for healing, perhaps for reconciliation, perhaps for clarity that lifts like fog. Let me bless your specifics without promising spectacle. Healing may arrive as a hospital discharge, or as the courage to live gently with what remains. Reconciliation may come with tears and embraces, or as the wisdom to set a boundary that keeps love honest. Clarity may be a beam of noon or a lamp at your feet. However it comes, I will be there. And being there is my first promise. You fear that waiting makes you smaller in the world, but waiting rightly practiced enlarges your interior. It gives you a room big enough for patience to sit with courage, for grief to sit with gratitude, for uncertainty to sit with trust. This is the architecture of a resilient heart. When the day of celebration arrives, this room will host joy without the guests of pride and panic. Train your senses to notice the mercies that visit while the larger answer tarries. A friend who texts at the right minute. A verse that stands up like a pillar in a weary room. Laughter at a table that reminded you your mouth remembers delight. These are not crumbs. They are courses in a feast that has already begun. Waiting is not an empty plate. It is a long table where love keeps serving. Let the past offer its testimony without becoming your judge. You have survived winters you did not schedule and learned songs you did not expect to sing. Honor the younger you who kept showing up. Bless the present you who chooses honesty over hurry. Smile at the future you who will thank you for not opening doors that were not yours to open. This is how wisdom grows. Gratitude for what was, attention to what is, trust for what will be. When panic rattles the frame of your day, answer with practices that bring you home. Drink water slowly. Place both feet on the ground and name 3 steady things. Let your jaw unclench. Breathe in for 4, out for 6, until your body believes the truth your mind knows. We are not abandoned in the hallway. Then take the next true step. Obedience is the bridge between fear and peace. I am not late. I am exact. My slowness is your safety. My pauses are your preparation. I will not deliver you to a blessing you cannot bear. I will not lead you to a platform your character cannot support. I am building you into someone who can inhabit joy without betraying truth, who can hold influence without losing tenderness, who can receive good gifts without forgetting the giver. Let the world sprint where it must. You will learn a different speed. Faith's cadence, hope's tempo, love's long measure. At this speed, your words weigh more because they were not flung. They were formed. Your yes becomes a covenant, and your no becomes shelter. At this speed, your life stops sounding like an advertisement and starts sounding like a psalm. And when the time comes, and it will, because promises ripen like fruit in seasons set with wisdom, you will not look back on your waiting as a waste. You will call it your making. You will see how the roots you grew in secret held you when the wind finally noticed your branches. You will see how the hours that felt empty were actually full of architecture. Beams of patience, joists of integrity, windows of gratitude, a door named peace. So rest your impatience in my hands. Let me hold the clock you keep checking. Return to the chair called trust, and the table called gratitude. Look out the window called hope, and memorize the light, so that when clouds gather, you will remember where they break. There is beauty in your waiting, not someday, but here. Walk with me at this honest pace, and you will discover that the journey is already gleaming with what you thought only the destination could give.